Namaste, angels. We're starting with the dice with 29, all about spiritual partnership, romantic dinner, and it's 50-50. So it sounds very, very partnership related this week. Looking for balance and equity and equality in our relationships. Again, 29, spiritual partnership. No. And stay in bed. I got like a feeling of like, don't even bother. Like with that stay in bed. Like, don't do me any favors. That's the kind of feeling I just got just now. With the cards, we'll begin with Major Arcana card Death. Major Arcana card 13 represents the planet Pluto in the sign of Scorpio most directly. Tends not to actually be about death, but I am getting a feeling, not that somebody's going to pass away, but that there could be somebody who is like trying to hang on to like the ghost of a relationship, whether the partner is somebody who is passed on, or former partner, that they're holding on to is somebody who has passed on, or they've just moved on, but it's still like a ghost of a relationship that is preventing you from moving on with your life. Death shows up to say it's time for that to go. The person may or may not be a Scorpio. For other people, there is, this is the love reading. So we're starting out with death. There's a relationship, at least one among the people that are going to watch this, that or of the collective, that's going to come to an end. For others, it can be a lot more positive, and an aspect of the relationship, maybe one that they're not happy with, is what comes to an end, like death to that. And we're not doing that again. We're not going to revisit that again. And we're going to move on to bigger and better things, because what death does that's really awesome is give birth to new energy. Card after it is upright, as well as the Eight of Pentacles. Funny enough, the Eight of Pentacles can also be about death. Somebody may experience dark night of the soul. It's a lot of transits, celestial planetary transits this week. Really, really heavy stuff. So somebody could be going through like their own agony and feelings of death, and then being reborn, a new spiritual being, after experiencing what we call dark night of the soul. Okay, so now I'm going to put these in here in just arbitrary places. You can see the next card is in reverse. Oh, look, speaking of that, the Tower in reverse too. The next card is in reverse. It was the Empress. Tower in reverse, less strong than the Tower upright. So again, something could be falling apart for somebody, or somebody could feel like they're falling apart. Like that song, Total Eclipse of the Heart. We just experienced a total eclipse of the sun. Once upon a time, I was falling in love. Now I'm only falling apart. There's nothing I can do. A total eclipse of the heart. Once upon a time, there was light in my life. Now there's only love in the dark. That could be associated, like I said, dark night of the soul. Nothing I can say. A total eclipse of the heart. And maybe nothing you can say, because you're, again, on your own, going through that situation. So that's for an individual. Now opening to the Knight of Cups. Really awesome to see in a love relationship, love reading, and also the Star. Albeit in reverse. Like what I said about the Tower, it's not as strong in reverse, but it's still an awesome card. And it could be attached to this King of Pentacles, perhaps, that's also in reverse. Then there's always the thing that when, if somebody is ending a relationship, it may be to start a new one with somebody else. Sometimes we don't think about that, but that's the case too. So what, in one scenario is death, in another, or for another person, it's a new beginning. Something definitely coming. Delayed. Something's held up. It could be actual letters, packages, especially right now, right in the mail. But even email, like, oh, you didn't get it? Nope, still looking for it. Check your junk. Communication. You keep missing each other, paying phone tags. So there's like a communication that's delayed. Also, the Eight of Wands represents the universe. There's that. Look, and I picked up two cards here. to reveal this tower again. I had no intention, but they had every intention of making me do that. All right, so what was I even saying? Universe working behind the scenes on our behalf. Here, somebody going through some sort of struggle, maybe sleepless nights. Again, this could be, and look how dark it is, right? It's black with these swords. This could be, again, dark night of the soul. Stay in bed. Maybe attached to the die. Stay in bed. Because you're experiencing like this kind of turmoil. It's just the inner turmoil. You have to work through some sort of emotions by yourself. Again, this is not for everybody, but this is for somebody. For others, it could be attached to a relationship that you're in. And again, it doesn't necessarily mean the relationship is going to end, but it definitely means y'all got to talk at least. Like, you know, I mean, this is not normal for a relationship. I also read the tower in a positive sense, but just with the other cards that it's been attached to. Not necessarily right now, but the tower can be associated to an actual tower, building structure, like a home, you know, like, and so sometimes it's about things like cohabitation and such. But now we're going to the Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles, it may just have to do with a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, or someone like into those traits or attributes. Perhaps the energy of Saturn, speaking of Capricorn, and the transit that occurs this week, or the few transits. Mercury enters Capricorn, the Sun enters Capricorn, Jupiter and Capricorn have a rare transit that is going to give way to like a star that hasn't been seen in 800 years, and they haven't been this close, within 10 degrees of themselves, actually, and they're both going to be 0 degrees Aquarius. That hasn't happened in something like 400 years. I mean, there's just so many wonderful things about what's going on this weekend with the energy of Capricorn, that perhaps that's why the Page of Pentacles is here. But specifically, if we were just going to look at the Page of Pentacles in terms of love, like traditional tarot, he's somebody who's not necessarily happy with his relationship. So he may be wanting to go, and it might be, and you know, he may be this who's towering, like I'm done, or we're done. And it may come after some sort of dark night of the soul type of experience for him, and some, you know, interest, and realizing like I'm not happy here. I don't want this. I can't do this anymore. He may be a direct earth sign, but he doesn't have to be. He could just be showing up because it's here to represent the energy of someone who's not happy in their relationship. But it could be a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, or someone like into those traits or attributes. Next card is Temperance in reverse. Temperance represents the sign of Sagittarius, which is Jupiter. So this could be all about the transit. Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, but on the card is a water bearer, so I always see Aquarius also. Again, it is 0 degrees Aquarius, where Jupiter and Saturn are going to be conjunct. So these two cards, especially together, that's the Jupiter and Saturn conjunction in Capricorn. But for our spread, I'm going to pull from the back now. Sorry about that. Somebody mad at me or something, maybe. Something just threw the camera down for whatever reason. So you may see a little break in the video there. But I've got the camera restarted again, and here we go. Okay, so I'm going to pull one card per... Let me pull this a little closer. One card per element. It's beginning with fire, like the zodiac begins with fire. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Your card is the 3 of Wands in reverse. Moving on to Earth, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Your card is very nice. In your element, the 6 of Pentacles upright. One of my favorite cards. Air signs. This is my own energy now. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Our card is the 4 of Swords in reverse. And lastly, water signs. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Your card is the 3 of Pentacles upright. You see that it looks like it wants to fall again. Okay. Somebody's mate may have been, or that, ghost of a mate, if it's actual somebody that passed, may be trying to get my attention. I don't know. Um, let's hope that the camera stays still now. So, getting back to this Eight of Wands in reverse, another meaning of it can be about jealousy. Um, whether that's in an existing committed relationship or in a relationship that you're just like hopeful about, wishful about, you wish it would happen, and so you have an attitude about their connection with somebody else or something like that. That can be associated with this, again, ghost of a relationship that I've been feeling, picking up on. Jealousy is not helpful to relationships. It's a negative emotion. It does not prove love. I know a lot of us, I mean, myself included, we've all been down that road. Oh, he must really love me. He's acting like a lunatic. Um, Maybe a little bit is healthy, but like constant displays and to the point where anybody has to feel uncomfortable or fearful for themselves. That's not love. That's not healthy. Um, People are not supposed to own other people, right? That's slavery. There's no need for us to possess other human beings. And when we achieve anything even remotely close to unconditional love, we won't have a need to. You know what I mean? And so that's really like the purpose of this journey, is to try to get there. So on that note, let's move on to the fire signs. You guys have a card of your element as well. I don't think I mentioned that, but you do have the Three of Wands. It is a really, really positive omen when it's upright, but when it's in reverse, it can be about a relationship that's coming to an end. Or more positively, a relationship that has recently had some sort of problems or difficulty or even separation, where a connection remains, that may be coming to an end. Not the relationship itself, but the difficulty could be coming to an end, which is positive for you. And but it might require a little bit more patience. That could be where these wands come back in terms of delay. So something is being worked out. The universe helping you to work something out, or helping for something to be worked out for you in terms of returning to a relationship where there had been some sort of difficulty or separation. If you are single and looking, then you might meet somebody who's not normally your type. And as the cliche, the saying goes, don't judge a book by its cover. You're encouraged to give something different a go and a chance. And you may be very pleasantly surprised if you do. Moving on to the Six of Pentacles for the Earth signs. Again, this is your element as well. And as I said, this is one of my most favorite cards. It is a card that's all about equity and equality, and just, reciprocity in relationships, mutual respect and love and adoration, allowing love to pass both ways as it needs to in order to be healthy, coming to some sort of understanding of the need for love to for us each in the relationship to be able to both give and receive. A lot of us, are really good givers and not very good receivers, and it's funny sometimes we end up upset, like, well, how come nobody ever gives me? And it's not really necessarily that nobody gives you. You don't know how to accept, you don't know how to receive. So this too is attached to unconditional love and just being able to trust yourself and trust other people. They're giving me because there's no agenda. They just want to give, they want to share something with me, and same thing from me to them. So that's a really special card. And other meanings of it, of the Six of Pentacles, it's a card that represents like assistance, very timely assistance that comes in from the universe. But definitely also in love, it's about generosity with each other, balanced energy, balanced relationships. At least for a while, you have this to look forward to. So super, super positive. Also, you may receive some sort of gift. Well, I mean, it's Christmas time, and this reading falls into Christmas week, but it can be about receiving some sort of gift, maybe from your mate or love interest or energetic connection, because it doesn't even have to be like in this realm. It can be in the spiritual realm. So it can be that you receive a message, a gift, or something, a feeling, maybe from one of these people who have passed away, since that's the energy with which I started, that I was feeling so strongly in the beginning. um, they reach out to you, or somebody, to whom you have an energetic connection that maybe you haven't met, or you're in separation with. You might receive some sort of gift, or whether it's a material thing, or again in the spiritual realm, an energetic thing from them as well. If you're single and looking, this card shows up, then know that it's, a very positive card, and you're likely to meet somebody who is positive and generous and kind, and again is ready to have a fair and balanced relationship with you, that is built on mutual respect and adoration and reciprocity, which is a wonderful thing. um, and it can come about by way of like somebody that introducing you to somebody, like hooking you up, as they say. Moving on to the air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. If we are in a relationship or a situationship or whatever, something that we want to maintain and keep going, when then this card shows up, it can be important that we show um, that we want like to see the person, and we show them that we're interested in the relationship. We may have to put some sort of extra effort into a feeling of togetherness with the partner. And maybe that's because we're not seeing them. Maybe we are going to remain separated. Maybe it's because of the pandemic, or who knows what else. I can't we can't travel, whatever. And so we're separated. But to try to give us that feeling of togetherness anyway, I'm going to maybe send you a gift, like I said, energetically, like the earth signs are doing. Or we'll talk on Zoom, or we'll spend extra time on the phone, or whatever the case, whatever makes you feel good and feel like you're connected. Or if you can get in like an actual date night, like in real life, in real time, then I say definitely go for that kind of stuff too. And if you don't put the extra effort or work in your relationship, and you end up falling on your sword, and that's the end of it, then it'll be, on you. It's like you have an opportunity, it's your responsibility. But I'm just noticing all these threes, right? They have a three, they got two threes, like with the six. We have a three, it's of swords, even though our card is the four of swords. These three swords are sticking up here, and then they have the three of pentacles. I'm going to pull another card for the air signs, because we are the only ones that have anything even remotely close to a three of swords. And the next card is the Eight of Cups. So this, again, could be from where somebody ends up walking away from a relationship if you're not willing to put the extra work in, to see each other, or to have that feeling of togetherness. And I hope you're not jumping the gun, because it's important when the Four of Swords in reverse shows up too, to keep in mind that it could just be that your partner is like, genuinely tired. And that's why you're having trouble seeing you, or something, or they have something going on in their life that is separate and apart from you, that they're dealing with. And, you don't want to be, what's the word I'm looking for? Like you don't even care about what may be going on with them. I can't think of the word, but that could be what it is. Yeah. There definitely could be some sort of walking away. And for some, with legality, it could be like divorce, with judgment being the next card. I mean, I could keep pulling and pulling. But judgment is also attached to the planet Pluto, like the death card in the sign of Scorpio. And you see on the card depicted is actually purgatory. So this is actually after one dies, and they're sort of trapped in between worlds and realms. And maybe for some of you, this is also tied to the ghosts that I keep picking up, because this is somebody trapped in between, you know, heaven and hell is what purgatory is supposed to be. And here we have Archangel Gabriel blowing the horn, and he's delivering a message. He's delivering a message. So he could be alerting you, delivering a message to you. Hey, you better pay some more attention to your relationship. Or, hey, it's time to pack it in and get out of here. Or, hey, from beyond, or from, you know, through an energetic connection, this person has something to say to you. And I'm here to deliver the message. And then last but not least, I don't know why I picked these up. Last but not least, you water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Wait, did I talk to the single Geminis, Libras, and Aquarius? I don't think I did. Single air signs, if you are just looking and looking and just feel like you're coming up empty, you're not finding a mate, then it may be time for you to change the manner in which you go about doing it. You know, and the haunts that you, the places you hang out at, the ways you go, like maybe you want to try online, if you've been doing in person, or if you've been doing online, maybe you want to try in person, getting up the courage to actually, you know, go to like a meet and greet or something like that, or to have a friend like introduce you or whatever, hook you up, again, as they say. And so now moving on to the water signs. And this is the super positive card for you. If it can really have to do with somebody that you already know is interested in you, and or you and them, it shows up to tell you. So this can also be tied to like these ghosts of people, right? Because it could be somebody who you don't really see. You just know they, or maybe you tried and it didn't work, and you're in separation, or you've never tried, you've just been friends. So, but you do have this connection, or you feel that you do, or whatever. It shows up to tell you that this person sees you in a really, really positive light and values somebody, values you as somebody, or recognizes you as somebody who has the qualities that they are looking for in a mate. Like you fit the bill. So, and basically like they feel about you the way that you feel about them. You're interested, they're interested too. But it's possible that love hasn't developed yet, and may take some time and may require some patience. This can also be showing up, I'm feeling, if you've already gone through that phase, and maybe now there's a water sign. I'll pull another card for you too. Maybe now there's a water sign who is realizing, like, I think I'm into that person. Well, it's the Two of Pentacles. So this can be a card of decision, an earthly decision that you're needing to make. Maybe you're trying to figure out, you know, I think I'm into that person. Do I want to make a move? Two of Pentacles, moving up to the Three of Pentacles. This is like getting over fear. The next card is the Eight of Swords in reverse. I'll do one more. It's the Hangman in reverse too. So this can be like having come to some sort of decision and feeling like it's ready. Time is ready to, you know, start moving again. You were in the air of suspension, but now you know what you're going to do, and so you're ready to make a move. And now with the Hermit, it could be rekindling a relationship from the past. I'll stop there. With the Hermit, either upright or reverse, can be about that. And maybe this person is specifically a Virgo, or you have some sort of very strong earth energy surrounding you. Maybe the Capricorn, because Pluto has been in Capricorn for quite some time, like in and out of Capricorn. So that may be what that's about too. But the Hermit represents the sign of Virgo most directly. So could very well be attached to both the Two and the Three of Pentacles that you got there. In any case, it requires patience, like I said, for the relationship to develop. So whether you already did that part and now you're ready to make a move, or you're, not, meeting somebody now, or acknowledging now that you have feelings for somebody, or that you may, and, you're willing to pay attention to your body and what goes on to see if it develops, this could really be something good for you. If you're single and looking, then it says that you're likely to meet somebody through work. And of course, if you're returning to somebody, if you already met somebody, it's possible that you or very possible that you met them already through work as well with the Three of Pentacles. So if you're trying to remember, like, well, or figure out, well, what X might be trying to rekindle, maybe somebody that you met at or through work, that you haven't been with for a while. They may be trying to come back, or you may get an inkling, a desire to go back to them and find yourself in some sort of limbo, air of suspension type of place where you're needing to make an earthly decision as to whether or not you want to move forward with that. I'm also going to further clarify all of the cards, as I did in the general reading with the Universal Love Oracle. I think I was moved to pull this one out this week because a depiction of both Mary and Jesus, what some people believe Mary to look like and what some people believe Jesus to look like, appears in this deck. But we're starting out with soulmate, which is awesome for me because, or awesome in general, because this is our love reading. And it's like a new beginning too. We have this, and surrendering to a new opportunity, a new beginning in love. We have nude female body that always says surrender to me. And then she's emerging here from a lotus flower. So it's very Kuan Yin, and like pure virginal type of vibes, or fresh new beginning, again, start. And it could be happening after death too. Like the way that a lotus grows is often like in the middle of a swamp, or something. So it's kind of like where there's death and nastiness emerges this thing of beauty. We have guardian. This is kind of like a ghost maybe that's walking with you, or a spirit that's walking with you, since that keeps coming up too. Again, somebody that has passed through the gateway in a very spiritual sense, and no longer on this realm, or that could be connected to us, again, moving into a new space spiritually too, growth and expansion. Earth connection could be Saturn, Capricorn. Meditation speaks for itself. Let's do one more. And there's that depiction of Jesus I was talking about, the universal heart. So this card shows up to just remind us that, like, each of us, there's a bunch of little dots, but you don't really notice them until you really focus on the card. And then they all come in. It's like stars all over the card, kind of. And then you realize, or the card shows up to say that, like, each little dot, each of us basically is necessary in order to make up this, whole thing. We're all vital. So it helps. It's a card of encouragement for confidence and esteem. And it's a reminder of our, connection, like 6 degrees of separation type stuff. Oh, wow. All right. So you saw me cutting everything. I ended up back on the universal heart. And relationship also up right behind it. This card, relationship, is about us working on the relationship that we have with ourselves, and maybe with the universe, with spirit, with God, before we try to work on a relationship with somebody else. That may be another reason why, particularly for the water signs, the Hermit shows up, because the Hermit is also a card of introspection. With regard to love, it does mean, rekindling a relationship from the past, but in a general sense, it's about going within and figuring out, like, who you are and what you want, and, what you're going through as you go, continue on this path, a spiritual journey. All right, so fire signs. Your card from the Universal Love Oracle is forgiveness. So again, a relationship that had some difficulty, that could be coming to an end. And I'm sure it's going to involve some apologies, and some forgiveness is going to be necessary. And sometimes even if there are no apologies, there's still going to have to be forgiveness. You're still going to have to let go of any kind of ill will or negative emotions that you were harboring in order to move on. Earth signs. This also, by the way, may be showing up. I just mentioned Kuan Yin. This is Kuan Yin. That's her. But this card may be showing up because there is the same day as Christmas on the Hebrew calendar, the Jewish calendar. There is a feast day, or a day, a fast day, basically, a day that's acknowledged That is the day that the holy temples, or the day that the Babylonians attacked Jerusalem, which ultimately resulted in the destruction of the temple. It falls on the 25th this year. So while some people will be celebrating and happy, others will be fasting and mournful and sort of solemn and exercising like forgiveness and repenting and all that sort of thing. That could be another reason why judgment is here too, in terms of repenting. Earth signs. Sorrow. Sorrow doesn't really fit with your card. Again, your card is the card of giving and receiving, except where maybe what we're giving and receiving is, again, forgiveness and apologies in order to end up in this place of balance and healthy relationships and reciprocity. I will pull a second card for the earth signs. Ooh, it's Moon Tree. And this is a card of sacred union, the marriage between heaven and earth, and how that's like a sacred union, and then the sacred union between two divine beings too. So this sorrow, I just explained it to myself. Heaven and earth. Again, I think that somebody whose mate is passed on, this may be the weekend that it happened, the week that it happened rather. Like an anniversary is coming up, or because it's the holidays, you miss them particularly. And, again, they are between like realms, or able to, they're coming through strong. Maybe because of the 21st too, because your gifts are probably going to come in stronger with the transits. Now you can connect better. And they're trying to reach out to you. So sorrow being felt because of this very deep connection that we had to somebody who is very possibly passed on, or, unable to connect with us right now. Air signs. That would have been our card. Golden Path. This is one of my favorites too, because it's about continuing on this road to healing, and especially since we got the Four of Swords, but that with that Three of Swords there, and he's hovering over it, like where if he fell down, he's gonna get stabbed right by the Three Swords. There, the Golden Path, especially with these trees, you see the red, the blue, the pink, the red, yellow trees. They're rainbow colored, right? So from this card has always spoken to me about the Wizard of Oz, and like somewhere over the rainbow is where dreams come true, for example. That song that Judy Garland sang. And then this Golden Path is like the yellow brick road. And the reason that all the characters in the story were going down the yellow brick road was so that they could get to the Emerald City, right? That's where the Wiz was, or the Oz was. And I feel as in people on a spiritual journey, trying to get down this golden path to reach the emerald ray. That's the ray of healing. That's the ray of abundance. So any place where we're lacking, any area, any support we need, that emerald green energy, like that of Archangel Raphael, or the heart chakra, is what we need. Like that's where we're going to find our healing. And so with the Four of Swords being a card of recovery and restoration, I think this is our card, and this was meant to be theirs, as much as I would have liked to have had it. And last but not least, the water signs. Spiritual growth. After the introspection, maybe after the meditation on what to do about an earthly matter, after the air of suspension, the limbo, when you go within and think about what you want, all that results in the spiritual growth. And of course, that's what Jupiter is coming to do. That transit. Jupiter rules growth, expansion, karma, and luck. So you are being blessed this week. Hope you guys enjoyed the reading. I will be back with, there was something else I was supposed to come and do, and I also have a treat for you guys. I hope you receive it as a treat, a surprise, something unexpected that I'm doing for everyone as well. Please do like, share, subscribe, comment. I try to answer every single comment I get. And when subscribing, if you could please hit both the subscribe button and the bell button so that you hopefully receive your notifications when I put up new videos, I would greatly appreciate it. Namaste.